We start our initial roll. We let our speed build up at around 60 odd knots. We rotate gently. A little back pressure. Positive rate of climb, put the flaps away, only at 10 degrees out. Hold our airspeed at a nice 60 knots, 70 knots. Notice our airspeed and climb rate, nice and steady. Tracking straight out along the runway. Quick check behind, little steep, shallow it out a little. Feet, begin our turn. 2-minute turn, just a nice, steady arc, 90 degrees to the left. And straighten out and continue climbing. Our next turn will be 1,000 feet approximately above ground level. And once again it will be a 1-minute turn. Back to the north, parallel to the runway. You'll notice that I've left the tags on, just so that it makes it easier to spot other AI traffic. Normally I would leave these off, because when I say traffic sighted, I mean traffic sighted. Continue our turn around, climbing to around 4,100 feet, which is 1,000 AGL. Well, 1,000 feet above the runway, and straighten out. A little bit of a check to the left. Nice angle, nice attitude. Continue flying straight and level. Bring our power back, our speed settled nice down around 100 knots. Abeam the threshold. Checks. Hatches closed and secure, harnesses secure, no loose objects. Flaps one stage, fuel pump on. Carburetor full rich. Carb heat on. Commence our shallow turn. Pull the power back. Now we're establishing the turn, 90 degrees to the left. Second stage of flap. A little bit more power off just to account for the balloon. Notice we still haven't started this end. Lean forward, look around the wing root. Look for the runway threshold. Just starting to descend now. Got a bead on the runway end. And we line up nicely. Last stage of flap out. Pull the power back, 65 knots, 70 knots, 500 foot descent rate. TVRC lights just nice and even on both sides. No lights above or below, which means we're right on glide slope. I just pulled the power back a little bit too much. We're right on 60 knots. Normally I'd be 65 to 70 here, but I'm very used to this particular aircraft, so 60 knots is not a problem. Notice that the attitude to the runway and the position in the windscreen is staying virtually, remaining virtually constant. Just now starting to rise up as we ease up over the piano keys, ease off the power, a little high, as you can see in the TVRC, round the power off, flare and touchdown. Flaps away. And we come to a stop. Now we just check that approach again. As we come around the corner, we draw a bead on the end of the runway, get our last stage of flap out, settle the aircraft nicely. Notice our speed just coming back nicely as we extend the flap. Of course, flaps equal drag, they also equal lift. We're sitting nicely on 500 foot a minute descent rate, flying straight down the glide slope. You always need to make sure that you have your cowl flaps open for the last little bit of descent, because if you're ordered to or you need to go around quickly, then that's one last thing that you don't have to force yourself to remember, or more embarrassingly, seize an engine because you've overheated it, because you've had to take off and forgotten your cowl flaps. Very expensive lesson. Just a tiny bit high as we come into flare. Ease off the power and plonk, touchdown. Flaps away. And just gently dab the toe brakes till we come to a halt. Very important, just gentle braking. Never stab them. Thanks for joining me on a circuit.